Well, last night we saw an absolute thriller in the main event. We'll see what tonight has in store for us after that little bit of track prep that Tom Sagmiller and the crew put to work following the hobby stock feature. What a front row we have here tonight. Talked about it earlier. Last year, Dominic Scelzi, 22 wins to his outside. Justin Sanders, 21 wins. So far this year, Justin has 12 victories to his credit. Couple of wins with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour for Justin Sanders. Shane Golobic also has 2 wins. Those are the only multi-time victors here in 2022 with the series. Field looking good over there behind the pace vehicle. Andy Forsberg, Corey Day, Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick, Ryan Robinson, and Ryan Burnell. Also one-time winners this year with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Lots of parity once again here in 2022. All-time Scct wins going into tonight. Shane Golobic with 10 career. That's the most. Justin Sanders and Dominic Scelzi, your front row, are tied for the second most with 5 to their credit. And it looks like the time has come, race fans, to get on your feet as the Sprint Car Challenge Tour, presented by Elk Grove Ford and Abreu Vineyards for the second time ever on parade here at the Ocean Speedway. Tonight, co-sanctioned with the Ocean Sprints, presented by Taco Bravo. This is their salute to you for spending your hard-earned money out here at the 62nd running of the Johnny Key Classic. As Dennis Gage would say, send off in grand fashion. Cars getting back in a 2x2 formation. Dominic Scelzi on the pole, swept both nights of the Peter Murphy Classic with the NARC 410 Series. Shane Golobic outside row 2, swept both nights with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour at that very same event. 2 of those wins among Dominic Scelzi's 4 in a NARC 410 action this season. Lights out. 35 laps of green flag racing coming your way around the Santa Cruz County Fairgrounds quarter mile with Dominic Scelzi, Justin Sanders, Mitchell Facino, Shane Golobic, Tony Gomes, DJ Netto, Joel Myers, and Andy Forsberg. Pick out a favorite. The 62nd Johnny Key Classic is going green off turn 4. Dominic Scelzi out to the early lead ahead of Justin Sanders. Once again, there was some track prep following the hobby stock feature, so we should have some fast and furious laps clicked off from the get-go. Scelzi leads lap 1 over Sanders, Shane Golobic, Mitchell Facino, and Tony Gomes. Further back, DJ Netto, there's Joel Myers and Ryan Robinson. 7/10 of a second is the lead that Scelzi has already opened up over second place Justin Sanders. Right now afloat, taking a look through the running order, through the field. There's Bud Katie, Dylan Bloomfield going at it. Lap traffic will not be far off. Ryan Robinson challenging DJ Netto down low for the 6th spot. Looks like Netto will hang on. 4 laps down for Scelzi. 1.1 seconds is the gap. However, traffic is coming. It's right there for Scelzi. Justin Sanders going to try and take advantage in that Farmers Brewing Company 2X. He's already closed the gap. Into 1 and 2 they go. Here comes Sanders. Heavy-duty lap traffic lies ahead for Fresno's Dominic Scelzi. He has to pick his spots wisely because Sanders is there. Into 1 and 2. Here comes the Aromas driver. He'll try to float the middle. Kurt Nelson right there in front of Scelzi. Lap cars now side by side in front of the leader. Here comes Sanders slicing to the inside. Lap number 7 led by Scelzi. Scelzi now around the outside of Luke Hayes. He'll have 1 lap car between himself and Justin Sanders. Shane Golobic also creeping up in 3rd, followed by Facento and Tony Gomes. DJ Netto, Ryan Robinson, Joel Myers, Andy Forsberg, and Bud Kading. That's your top 10. Scelzi has opened up the gap now over Sanders, who gets by the 9 Ella Hayes. Hayes now sideways in turn 4, and that's going to draw the yellow. Yellow flag is going to wave. We'll get out of lap traffic on lap number 9. Well, the yellow flag waves for Dunnigan's Luke Hayes, who looped into a stop as the leaders were heading by over there in turn 4. Do have 9 laps down, as shown on the Ocean Speedway scoreboard. So up front, Dominic Selzy will now have a clear track ahead of him over Justin Sanders, Shane Golobic, Mitchell Facino, and Tony Gomes. That is your top 5. DJ Netto currently 6th, Ryan Robinson 7th, Joel Myers 8th, Andy Forsberg 9th, and Bud Kading in 10th. Ricky Sanders and Kurt Nelson, your top 2 in the Ocean Sprint standings, currently shown 22nd and 23rd, one after another. My buddy Ken Short, Atco Driveline and Custom Exhaust, also tuned in on Flow Racing. Norm Champ is there, Kenny Strangolinos, a lot of people checking in. Thanks for joining us. As we're going to get set for a double file restart, Dominic Selzy chooses the inside lane to his outside Justin Sanders. Shane Golobic, Mitchell Facento there in row 2. Tony Gomes, DJ Netto, Robinson, and Myers. So lights out, Hangtown 100 pace truck to the infield. Double file restart inside the fire-off zone. It'll be up to Dominic Selzy to set the pace once he reaches that first cone in 3. Right there. Slow pace. He hammers it, and we're back green. Shane Golobic taking a look to the inside of Justin Sanders for the second spot. Give it to the Fremont driver. Golobic puts the Batwood Racing NOS Energy Drink 17W up into second. Sanders back to third, followed by Facento and Gomes. Ryan Robinson now to the inside of Tony Gomes as Tony tries to stay around the outside of Facento. Kind of kisses the wall ever so slightly back there. Behind those two, DJ Netto. Big time slide job on Ryan Robinson. Those two continue their fight for the 6th spot off turn 2. Track conditions already starting to change here over the course of this 35-lapper. 12 laps down this time by. Just about 1 second was the gap between Dominic Selzy and Shane Golobic. Sanders, Facento, Gomes, Netto, Ryan Robinson, Joel Myers, Ryan Burnell up into the 9th spot, followed by Andy Forsberg in 10th. Lap traffic will be approaching for your leaders, and Shane Golobic is reeling in Dominic Selzy here with 14 down. Off of turn 2, once again Luke Hayes, the first car that Selzy will encounter. He'll slip to the inside of Hayes, put him a lap down. Golobic going to try and follow suit. 15 down, 20 laps to go. Nose to tail through 1 and 2. Both drivers ride the cushion. Into 3 and 4. Once again, you see that track starting to change color ever so slightly. Selzy now going to the bottom side. A 2-lap car. He'll get in front of Isaiah Vasquez like they're on ice skates over there. Golobic will follow Selzy down low. Now float out to the top of the speedway as we're going to go yellow. Looks like Caleb Montgomery is slowing, as is Jake Andriotti, who exits back to the pit area. So yellow flag waves on lap number 16. Kayla Montgomery and Jake Andriotti both come to a stop just off the exit in turn 2. Well, 16 laps down. Dominic Selzy still out front, but how about Shane Golobic up to second in the 17W? He made the move under Justin Sanders on the restart. He'll now start alongside the 41. Looking there at your leader, the Selzy Enterprises Whipple Superchargers, System 1 filtration. Trying to get all the sponsors listed. We know that Gary's at home watching. He's keeping track. A lot of great companies support that 41 team, of course, rented by Jimmy Carr. Top 10, when we do go back green, Selzy, Golobic, Sanders, Mitchell Facino, Tony Gomes, Netto, Robinson, Myers, Burnell, and Bud Kading. That is the top 10. It looks like they're starting to make some headway over there off of turn 2 where everyone came to a stop. Well, double file restart is developing. Dominic Selzy choosing the inside lane. That's going to put Shane Golovic to his outside. Does not get much better in West Coast sprint car racing than Dominic Selzy and Shane Golovic up there in the front row. 5V Landon Brooks has the push truck. It looks like he'll stop and enter the work area, which is located off turn 3 here at Ocean Speedway. Caleb Montgomery already occupies the work area. Trying to get a tight shot here. It looks like Jake Andriotti still needing the assistance of that tow truck located just off turn 2 out in the darkness. Kind of hard for us to see in the grandstands, but thank you to Flow Racing for that super zoomed up shot. Well, once again, next week, the Dwarf Car Nationals here Friday, Saturday. If you're looking for some sprint car racing, next Friday, Silver Dollar Speedway Chico, and then Saturday, Placerville Speedway Legends Night. Look forward to having Paul McMahon make his final career sprint car start next Saturday, along with brother Bobby. Lots of legends coming back for Legends Night next week. So courtesy time being given to the drivers in the work areas. Look at how much the track is changing colors, off in turn 4 especially. So keeping our eyes on that championship battle. Ricky Sanders has improved up to 17th in the running order. Kurt Nelson shown 23rd, but he's going to pick up a couple spots with a few of those cars out over there in the work area. Well, now it looks like Jake Andriotti, 7P, is just now entering the work area. $2K of Montgomery is going to make it back out. Here comes the Monarch Ford Ernest Hemingway Vineyard sponsored entry. And I don't think that's going to last there for Montgomery. He's still got all kinds of issues there. Well, we're lights out. Kayla Montgomery is going to exit off. It'll be up to Dominic Selzy in the fire-off zone. Shane Golovic going to try and stay with him. Everyone fighting for the inside of the speedway. Selzy picks the front end up off the ground momentarily. Here comes Sanders now with the same move that Golovic put on him. Down the back straightaway, Golovic able to battle back to the inside, and here comes Mitchell Pacinto trying for third. Off of turn 4, Sanders able to hang on. Into 1 and 2, Justin now rolls up to the back of the 17W. Better run that time, though, for Mitchell Pacinto. He's up in a third. Justin Sanders trying to fight back on the inside off turn 4 here with 18 laps down. Well, the top side certainly the preferred groove right now, especially through 1 and 2. Ryan Robinson and Tony Gomes going at it tooth and nail back there. Robinson kissed the wall ever so slightly. He'll continue on, and Ryan Burnell's making moves. Burnell went 2 for 1 there. He's up into the 6th spot. Tony Gomes trying to race back as 3 cars fight off turn 2. Burnell, Gomes, and Robinson. Tony Gomes now slides back to the inside of Ryan Burnell, who cuts back to the inside. Behind those 2, Ryan Robinson looks like he tagged the wall again. Crisscross applesauce, as Chet Christner and Troy Hennig would say back there between Burnell and Tony Gomes. That's good stuff. Up front, 21 laps down for Dominic Selzy, though. 1.2 seconds, he has the lead. Gomes and Burnell continue that torrid fight for the 6th position on the track. Oh, Burnell and Gomes very close together. Gomes over the edge. Here comes Robinson, Joel Myers, and Bud Kading. 4 distinct grooves down there with Kading. Picks off both of them. Off of turn 2, that might be a little too close for comfort. However, everyone continues on somehow. Robinson and Gomes drop some spots, but they continue there. And now we have another car sideways. Bloomfield right in front of the field. 21 looks like Garcia as well. That was a wild couple of laps. catch our breath after that one. Three T of a J.J. Ringo also stopped right in front of Mike DeHogue off turn 4. So 23 laps down, looks like it is Dylan Bloomfield, Gage Garcia, and J.J. Ringo, the cars that all came to a stop over there. Well, right now this track is certainly getting darker, but right now the best laps have still been turned early on in the feature. Dominic Scelzi turned his fastest lap on lap number 3, Shane Golovic lap number 4. Of course, there was a lot of moisture in it to begin with, so I guess that makes some sense. J.J. Ringo trying to motion towards the push truck to give him a push. .33 of Bloomfield back under power. Well, with 23 laps down, Dominic Scelzi out front over Golovic, Mitchell Facino, Justin Sanders, DJ Neto. 22 car Ryan Burnell's been making some moves. He's up into 6th. Bud Kading also making moves into 7th now. Bud started outside row number 6, Burnell inside row 7. Joel Myers Jr., Max Mitri, and Joey Ancona. Ancona started inside row number 9, up into the 10th spot. J.J. Ringo in the work area. Of course, as always, the pit area is open for all you great race fans following the races. Several of these teams do have merchandise available. We'll have the top 3 finishers stop on the front stretch along with the Ocean Sprints champion as well. Double file restart. Dominic Scelzi going to change it up a little bit. He's going to go to the outside now. Shane Golovic will now be to his inside. So just like with the World of Outlaws and other series that utilize double file restarts, all the odd cars will now go to the outside behind your leader, Scelzi. Well, here we go. 12 laps to decide the 62nd Johnny Key Classic. Dominic Scelzi in the fire-off zone. We're back underway. Shane Golovic stays with them into 1 and 2. Golovic is going to try to slide up, catch the cushion. Good crossover move from Scelzi, though. Give the lead to Scelzi entering turn 3. Shane Golovic back to his inside off the 4th corner. Scelzi leads lap number 24. Mitchell Facino, Justin Sanders, 3rd and 4th. Joel Myers Jr. rolling the bottom side to perfection. He'll pass Neto. Here comes Bud Kading continuing his charge as well. Bud going to go 2 for 1 again under Myers and Neto. Bud Kading on the move in the Owls Roofing Supply 69, but Ryan Burnell slid him. Now he loses a couple spots. Back and forth racing here at Ocean Speedway in this one. Bud Kading, Joel Myers Jr. side by side racing there for 5th. Dominic Scelzi up front starting to pull away from Shane Golovic. This time by 27 down, 8 to go. Joel Myers slides up in front of Bud Kading. We'll see if Bud has the counter move. He does. Move Bud Kading back into 5th, followed by Joel Myers, Ryan Burnell, and DJ Neto. Excellent racing between those 3, 4, 5 cars back there. Well, now we see the rubber coming down more and more, especially in 1 and 2. It looks like they've dropped down a lane. Joey Ancona now looking to the inside of Neto. That is the race for the A spot. Here with 29 down, 6 to go. Well, we always joked about this race not being 50 laps anymore, but right now with 30 down, we are rubber down. Dominic Scelzi back in the lap traffic. He's 1.5 seconds up on Shane Golovic. Mitchell Facino, Justin Sanders, Bud Kading, still your top 5. Dominic Scelzi 4 laps away. Last year, Selzy ran second at the Johnny Key Classic to Shane Golovic, who's currently running second. Lap car Kurt Nelson right in front of the 41. That time by 3 to go. At the line, 0.8 of a second. Golovic is closing. Trying to get under the lap car Lucas, however. Mitchell Facino also closing up on Golovic, this time by 2 to go. .33 laps down. Dominic Selzy leading Shane Golovic. Everyone staying right in that lane. That time by white flag is out for the 41. Shane Golovic tucks up to his rear tail tank. Down the back straightaway for the final time in the Johnny Key Classic. Dominic Selzy's won some big races the last few years. He's going to add the Johnny Key Classic. Give it to Dad. Selzy wins it over Shane Golovic, Mitchell Facino, Justin Sanders, and Bud Katie. Well, checkered flag waves. Dominic Selzy picks up the Johnny Key Classic this season here at Ocean Speedway over Shane Golovic, Mitchell Facino. We'll also get our Ocean Sprints champion down here in Winner's Circle. Believe it's going to be Kurt Nelson, but Samantha Harper will be up there with the points tabulated. Top 3 cars have all stopped on the front straightaway. We'll get the push trucks on out back to their slots. Well, Dominic Selzy wins the race, and here he is up top of the car race fans. Make some noise for the Fresno driver. Kurt Nelson is also your 2022 Ocean Sprints champion as he pulls into victory lane. We'll get on over here and have some words with Dominic Selzy. Last night, he was oh so close to picking up the victory. Look at this awesome trophy. Dominic Selzy getting the hugs. Crew Chief Jimmy Carr coming in as well. We'll give this great-looking trophy there to Dominic Selzy. Well, Dominic, we talked last night. You were within inches of a win. You won the dash. The track had changed a lot during the main event, but you kept the field at bay. It was good there for a little bit, and then we had a little bit of rubber come down.
Yeah, I promise I didn't get bored, but I don't know. I thought there was enough rubber up there on the top that you could start up there, and I guess I just wanted to make it exciting or something. But when the 17 got as good of a start, like when we got to the second cone or whatever, and I realized he was like next to me, I thought, that was probably a big mistake. And he actually did the same exact thing at this race last year, and I beat him on the start, and then he got back by me the same way. So I actually told his dad before the race, I said, "You remember who won last year? So let me win this one." And thankful to be here. My mom and dad were able to be here tonight, which is awesome. And yeah, it's just really neat to get a Johnny Key Classic. It's something I've never won, and I think Shane's won a few. And good race, man. Thank you. I don't know who ran third.
Mitchell.
I got you. Good job, Mitchell. I knew Sanders was right there for a long while, but man, when these racetracks get slick like this, I feel so much more comfortable. I think that, the racing is exciting, and we were up on the very lip for 15, 20 laps, and I mean, it changed. It was fast, and then it got slick, and then it, laid a little bit of rubber there at the end, and, it was technical. You had to save tire, you had to, run, find the moisture, and I had a lot of fun out there, and, I want to thank Ocean Speedway for putting the race on. Awesome racetrack tonight. They did some work on it, and I thought it was awesome, but obviously the guy that wins always thinks it's awesome. So I want to thank all you fans. This is a huge win for us. Johnny Key has been an amazing race, and I actually got my first win the night before this race 55 years ago now, but pretty thankful to be up here on the podium. It's tough. There's a lot of great guys in California and a lot of young guys coming up that are really good too, so this one's awesome.
Well, it's got to give you some momentum heading into the Outlaw swing. I'm sure you'll see with the Outlaws, and then finally we're going to get racing down in the Central Valley. It's been about 50 years since we ran down there too.
Yeah, no kidding, Gary. I'm glad we're kind of going home. I feel like Tulare and Hanford are places that I feel a lot more comfortable at, and I'm excited to get back there here in the next coming months, and we're going to head up to Washington and catch the Outlaws, and we're working our asses off. We want to get on top of the podium with those guys, so we'll see what we can do. I think, we haven't won as many races this year, but I think we've been 10 times more consistent, and our qualifying effort's been better. I think, last year we were good, but this year I think we're just we're doing our homework, and I think we're getting more consistent. So thankful again for all my guys. They've worked so hard for so long, and this is really neat to win the Johnny Key.
Solid job. We'll let you enjoy the trophy, and we'll see you there at the Outlaw Swing.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Dominic Selzy, everyone, your 2022 Johnny Key Classic champion. We'll get on over here now to second place, Shane Golovic, who is somewhere around here. Go around the truck. There's the 17W out here on the front straightaway. Well, he gave it a hell of a run, race fans. How about it for Shane Golovic, returning home here to Ocean Speedway? And Shane, you don't get down here all that often anymore. I know it's always special. It's a place you cut your teeth at. You always want to win. You had a little shot there on the restart, but talk to us about that restart and the race.
Yeah, Dominic gave us a shot there on the restart, picking the top. I had to think he probably figured he could get to the rubber quicker that way, but came up short. It's just a bummer that the race, we had to run in the rubber like that for the majority of the race. Could have been a lot of fun racing with Dominic and Justin and Mitchell. Four of the best in California. Could have put on a great show for you guys, but it's just a bummer the way the track went. But can't thank these guys enough. My non-synergy drink Mountain Racing car was pretty good. Just not good enough to get there. And I think if you let Sanders and Dominic draw the 1 and 2 on a Scct show, you're going to be tough to beat both of them. So we had our shot. I probably could have tried to be a little shorter and try and block Dominic's crossover, and I just couldn't quite figure out how to get myself back going again. He was able to diamond back, and it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, bummer about the racetrack, but all in all, not a bad night.
All right, that's Shane Golovic, everyone, your runner-up here at the 62nd running of the Johnny Key Classic. We'll get on over here to Mitchell Facento, third place, and then we'll get to our champion. We'll get Mitchell out. Hopefully we're not behind a pole or anything. Hey, Mitchell, just like Shane, we know you want to get wins, but you guys seem to have some of that consistency down as of late.
Yeah, I thought our car was really good there. I thought we were everybody's as good as Dom and Shane and Justin, who's always really good here too. So, yeah, I mean, I was really happy with the way our car handled on even last night with the two completely different track conditions. I thought the tracker did a great job tonight trying to keep up with it, even if it rubber's the last 10 laps. I thought all night the track was really good. I hope they keep it this slick and this wide all the time. So, yeah, Drew, Shane, my dad, we improved on the car. We kind of took a swing at it there for the future, and I think it really helped, and might have hit on something for the races coming up. We had a lot of big ones coming up. So, yeah, I just got to say thanks to Tom and Tommy. We haven't had the best runs here in the last couple months, so I'm happy we were able to get a good run here and go to next week.
Well, nice job. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's Mitchell Facento, third place, everyone. I'm sure we were behind the pole. Apologize to Fred and the boys up there.